The importance of balance is echoed throughout all of life, from emphasis on work-life balance, the balance of ecosystems in nature, and of course, the Chinese concept of yin and yang. Balance permeates all areas of existence. In martial arts, balance is a core tenet. Boxing, wrestling, karate, and more all place a fundamental emphasis on the importance of balance. That principle extends to our favorite sport of sumo. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the exploitation of the lack of balance in a match between the undersized Ishiura and Kotonowaka in the Nihon basho of 2022. Ishiura is part of a stable led by sumo all-time legend Hakuo. He, along with Enho, are two of the most popular rikishi, but while routinely outsized, Ishiura holds his own, perhaps even better than the aforementioned Enho. In the Nihon basho, he went an impressive 11-4. It was in those last 7 straight wins that he secured a win over the much larger Kotonowaka. But how did such a small man manage to best a larger wrestler in a sport where size and mass is very important? The answer? Balance. Off the tachiai, Ishiura blasts off the line like an NFL Pro Bowler lineman. Kotonowaka looks to get under the arms of Ishiura and get control over the smaller Rikishi's upper body and get more leverage. But Ishiura slaps the hands of Kotonowaka down to prevent just this. He then slaps down the hands a second time, and Kotonowaka aims for the head to push Ishiura out. But Ishiura stays off the center line where Kotonowaka's power is the greatest. Instead, he circles out to his left while Kotonowaka is advancing to the edge of the dohyo. The two finally come together as both Ishiura and Kotonowaka are looking for the mawashi to get a better grip on the opposition. Here, Kotonowaka has the advantage. He goes for a hip toss and almost gets Ishiura to the ground. But look at the steel frame here and see how Kotonowaka, despite having the seemingly superior position, puts himself off balance by crossing his feet, prime for tripping. While it is no harm, no foul here, and Kotonowaka gets away from it, the crossing of his feet show a propensity to throw caution to the wind when it comes to balance to chase a finish. Back to the video, instead of putting his hand down on the dohyo and losing the match, Ishiura has the heads up to put his hand on the shin of Kotonowaka instead to balance himself. Originally watching this, I thought he was going to pull for the leg and just missed the opportunity. Another attempt for Kotonowaka comes in the form of a second hip toss, but this time his leg is behind Ishiura. The leg should be in front to provide a tripping point for Kotonowaka. Instead, it's behind, and Kotonowaka wastes an attempt. Now it's Ishiura's turn. With both rikishi holding tight to the back of the mawashi, Ishiura turns his hips and extends his leg out. Notice it's in front of Kotonowaka instead of behind, providing the necessary tripping point. Unlike Olympic wrestling, sumo only allows the feet to touch the ground. With the prohibition of the hands touching, Kotonowaka and any other rikishi for that matter can only have 2 points of contact with the ground, making balance that much more important. Lose a post point and your balance is severely compromised. And that is exactly what happens to Kotonowaka here, albeit this is Ishiura's doing. In the steel frame here, you can see how Ishiura pulls forward Kotonowaka, lifting up one of his feet off the ground over his leg, having the larger rikishi almost parallel to his defeat and the ground. Knowing now that Kotonowaka's left foot is the only thing between he and victory, Ishiura wisely lets go of the mawashi to simply let Kotonowaka fall to his defeat. Ishiura demonstrated a fantastic understanding of balance both offensively and defensively against Kotonowaka. This isn't the only match that you see this in. So here's my challenge to you. Go watch Ishiura in his past performances. Watch him manipulate the balance of his foes. See if you can apply what we've talked about today and send a comment this way or an email. I can't wait for all the examples you come up with. Thanks for watching.